Monday, y'all. This is Lance here. In case this is your first time watching one of my videos, I am a team leader of the Abacus Group, longtime member of the Abacus Group, where we teach Black people how to build long-term generational wealth in the markets. I am also co-founder of BH Capital Enterprises, where I do some specialized teaching specifically on the cannabis industry and technical analysis as well. So, how to read charts and things of that nature. But what I want to talk about today is basically that there are two types of people when it comes to business. You got on one hand, you got the people who share, and then on the other hand, you have people that hoard. And I'm going to explain what that means in just a second. But yeah, so I was just talking with one of my comrades yesterday. We're just going back and forth about different things, talking about things that are going on. And, I said that to her. I was like, man, it's basically two different types of people when it comes to this business thing. You got people who hoard and people who share. Of course, I didn't say it exactly like that, but that was basically the premise of what I said. And so I wanted to do a video about it, just to talk about it. And I was actually going to, talk about something else today, but I decided to bump that topic to a later video and really talk about this topic. So let's get to the people who share. So, people who share are like, I believe, in my opinion, operate from a place of abundance. You know, I'm gonna give you an example. I just told you guys, what kind of specialized teaching I do. I do, right? So if someone came to me and they said, "Hey, Lance, I'd like to. Do you do any teaching on um, what kind of topic can I say? Do you do any teaching on crypto?" And so I would say to that person, I know about crypto, but crypto's not really my forte. So I'm gonna send you over to, I want you to go talk to Sharika or somebody, somebody that I know has a much better knowledge base when it comes to crypto. Me and crypto, I just buy and hold. I don't get deep into crypto like some other people have. So I'd say, go over and see Sharika, see if she, do a consult with you. If somebody said, "Hey, Lance, um, can you do a, Circle of 20 consultation with me?" I might say, "Hey, go see Robin or somebody like that, and just let him know that, what issues you're having, and she should be able to help, right? Or 401k type, you know. Um, that's cool. I'm not trying to be everything to everybody because it's not efficient. In terms of my time and in terms of my business, it's not efficient. I can't do everything and be everything for everybody. I like to just focus on my lane, right? So I have no problem missing out on that money. No issue at all. Uh if if it's not my lane, I have no issue sending people to uh other people who drive in that particular lane, I'm not trying to swerve over into anybody else's lane. I'm just doing me and doing what I do. Um so people who share, I believe operate from, a truly abundant mind state because they're not sacrificing themselves, their time, potentially their business, the growth and the health of their business by uh, saying that, I'm going to try to be everything to everybody. Um, I get people who, how can I say this? I get people who truly and really are like, I'm going to focus on this one thing, to where they'll even be like, okay, uh, I got somebody that wants to learn options. However, they need the foundations first. So I send them over to you uh, to talk about that. And so, boom, I get an Abacus group referral. What do? I cut that person in on a piece of the commission. Simple, and I'm happy to do it because that's how I really show my appreciation is through things like that. You know what I'm saying? So if I feel like a certain person may be a better fit for another team member, hey, maybe you should go talk to, so and so. You know, I have no issue with turning down money, and it could be something that maybe prevents the growth of my business sometimes. But I really these days like to think of my business in terms of my time and what's efficient in terms of my time and the business as well. If I'm spending so much of my time uh, trying to be everything to everybody, then there's only so much growth that I can allow my business to do in that sense. But let's get to the people who hoard. So there are certain types of people that are willing to do anything and to be anything in order to extract dollars from people. Like, I guess you could say, true capitalists. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong. I'm not being judgmental or anything. It's just not my thing. And these people will they'll teach you advanced concepts without teaching you the basics. For example, they will you'll get somebody that says, "Hey, I want to learn to trade options." Okay, let's do it. Let's teach you options. What's your experience in the markets? I have no experience in the markets, none. All right, well, you know, we'll still do it. You don't need that. Let you go on and pay this fee, and we gonna get you to where you need to be, right? So then, those people are kind of lost in the sauce because they don't have that basic understanding of the information or the basic understanding of the markets. You know, people got to understand that options are a derivative of the stock market. And derivative is just a $10 word for options are derived from the stock market. So without the stocks, the options do not exist. So why would you learn about the derivative without learning about the source in which the derivatives are derived from? Like, I don't get it, but a lot of people do. And a lot of people want to, and I understand why you would want to, but as the experienced person, I think you have to have some sort of responsibility um, for these people when it comes to making sure, like truly making sure that they understand what they're getting themselves into. You know, for me, when complete beginners come to me and they say, "Hey, I want to learn options," it's not happening over here. The only way you're going to get to options through me is that you get the basic knowledge build yourself a generational wealth portfolio, circle of 20, and then you can move on to options. That's it. That's it. I'm not going to, all right, let's let's do an accelerated thing and no, we're not gonna do that. You're gonna do exactly what I did, and you might even do it way faster than I did because I was doing other things before I started to really concentrate on options. So, I, yeah, those who hoard will be like, okay, I know that Robin does, I know that Robin does um, a teaching on 401ks and how to structure your 401k, yada yada. I know Robin does that, but nah, I'm gonna do that. For this customer, they came to me. I'm gonna brush myself up on this 401k stuff, and I'm gonna meet that need. No, that's not what I do. I'm gonna say, hey, go see Robin. She actually did a wonderful training last year, early last year on 401ks. Definitely check it out. Go see her, and boom, that's a potential client for Robin. You know, um, yeah, man. There are two types of people when it comes to business. You got the sharers and you got the hoarders. And those who hoard will try to be everything to everybody, and it's not smart. I don't think. Especially when you're just one person. And um, me personally, I don't operate that way. It just doesn't work. For me, it doesn't work for me. Um, and I'm definitely not one that will just take a buck just to take a buck. I try to be discerning about whose money I take, right? Because I have to determine who is an ideal customer for me or who is an ideal client, you know? And so, for example, if, I do a workshop on technical analysis. If you come to me and you say, hey, I want to take your workshop, I say, okay, cool. Well, let's talk a little bit. Where are you in options? And they say, well, what is options? That's not my ideal customer because in my technical analysis workshop, we learn to read charts and we apply that knowledge through trading options. Now, a chart is a chart. You can use my strategy for crypto, forex, whatever, but you still need that advanced level knowledge in order to really, really get the best use of the workshop. Because otherwise, let's say I, took this client in and said, okay, okay, yeah, you got the money, come join my workshop. What I would end up doing is spending more time teaching options than the actual teaching of the workshop, which focuses on learning to read a chart. And so that's not what the workshop is for, you know. So that's not my ideal customer. So I know how to be discerning in that sense, which is why I like to have conversations with all of my potential customers just to see if they would be a good fit for me. So, like I said, I don't just take anybody's dollar, because it's not about the money for me. Um, it's not completely about the money, you know. Uh, so yeah, I'm not just gonna take anybody's dollar just to grow my bottom line or grow my top line. I'm not gonna do that. Um, So yeah, the people who I tend to steer away from the people who like to hoard. You know what I'm saying? That it's just what I do. Um, my and for my TA workshop, just to illustrate, another example of how I'm on the share side. People who uh, refer people to my workshop get a piece of the revenue. You know, and I believe it's somewhere around 20%. So, and last year I paid out. Well, since the founding of my workshop, I've paid out at least about 2 grand in commissions. One guy actually has almost paid, made his money back what he paid for the workshop. That's just how many referrals he's done. So I just paid out another big referral last week, I think. So yeah, I'm all about that. Um, and those people understand that, hey, I know a great resource that teaches how to read charts. I'll send you over to her, right? Because although these people are perfectly capable of reading a chart, they're still like, okay, that's not really my lane, you know. And I'd rather not be teaching TA. So I'll send you to the person that taught me, and consider this kind of sort of my endorsement. So that person being trusting of the person that referred them, they come and talk to me, and boom, they say, all right, sign me up. As a token of my appreciation, okay, boom. Who referred you? All right, boom. Let me send uh, a couple $100 over to this person. And that's it. Simple. Simple. So yeah, that's all. So just be wary of those two types of people, and kind of figure out what type of person you are when it comes to business, and who you would rather, uh what side you're going to be on, really. um Again, not saying that one side is wrong, one side is right. I just know where I am, and I know with what types I like to associate with, right? So just my opinion, just me. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, any comments, I welcome them. Let's talk about it. Enjoy the rest of your day.